Hello, this is the Black White Soul, and this is my review of Smackdow that aired on the 16th of May. Okay, and we kick off straight into the Usos entrance. Cody and Goldust already in the ring, so this is going to be interesting. We'll see if this plays on Cody cheating to beat Sandow on Raw, and see if we're getting Cody heading towards being a heel, and if Goldust is with him or against him. The Roads not exactly being heels yet, but they are being super aggressive. So we're going to see if that will turn into heel-like tendencies. Goldust on the outside, about to do his roll-in, his flying senton onto one of the Usos, but gets a super kick from Jimmy in the ring. But then, with the distraction, Cody hits the disaster kick. But then the other Uso on the outside pulls him off, and then he turns around and then gets a super kick from the other Uso, and then a splash off the top rope, and we have our winners. Cody and Goldust were doing an extra aggressive style, nothing uber cheaty, but they definitely seem to be heading that way. But a clean win for our WWE Tag Team Champions. Yes, and because apparently Dolph Ziggler insulted Batista on Twitter, he gets a match against him, and I know Dolph Ziggler's going to lose this match, but by God, at least he's wrestling a champion level person. They show a nice little video package of the Daniel Bryan situation, going from the pay-per-view into what happened Monday with the neck surgery. They then show a picture of him after just having the surgery, giving a thumbs up. Because I believe, from what I know right now, it has gone well. He will be at Monday Night Raw in the UK, which I will be at. Oh, so happy with that. But that's when they'll probably, I'm assuming they're going to strip him of the titles, because it is a month and a half without a champion, which is hard to deal with for them. But yeah, it's really good news that it wasn't sort of serious and career-ending. But I do expect Daniel Bryan to sort of tone down his style now. Okay, this was an interesting segment. John Cena comes out, and then talks about Bray Wyatt and how he says a lot but doesn't say anything in it. Which is actually kind of true. Like, he does have very long ways of saying it. Then talks about how serious the Last Man Standing match is. He's been in some. They're a hell of a match. Bray doesn't have the balls, the cojones, yada yada yada, to get him into a match. And he's going to prove a point. He's going to open a challenge up to any member of the Wyatts to face him. He's going to let Bray choose, and he sure as hell knows Bray will not pick Bray. Then we get Bray Wyatt appear, thanking John Cena because he knows what he needs to do, because the cure is behind these eyes again. Kind of proving Cena's point. Saying a lot, but not saying anything with it. And the interesting thing is, we actually, during this, get a Cena, Cena, Cena chants going on. Mental. This is a very pro-Cena crowd, apparently, tonight. And then Bray gets the whole world. But, again, no reaction from the crowd for Bray. Looks like this is actually Cena's night. He is actually a face. Oh my God. And now we get El Torito versus Heath Slater. This is because Heath Slater actually got pinned in their six-man tag match. I have no idea what's going to happen here. El Matadors have thrown in one of their capes in the ring, and now Heath Slater is being a matador and basically dodging El Torito, and he's throwing the cape to the outside. El Torito's a little bit confused now. Oh, we get the classic spot. El Torito dodges out the way, but then he charges at Slater, and Slater holds out his hand and holds El Torito. And then Hornswoggle from behind goes for a headbutt on El Torito, but he moves and headbutts Heath Slater in the groin. El Torito hits a springboard moonsault and gets the pin on Heath Slater. From a couple of weeks ago where he had like his first ever win in years, and now he's been pinned twice by a midget. Oh, Heath Slater, we love you. And we get Nikki Bella versus Natalya. A rematch from a match at Raw. Oh my fucking god. Eva Marie is special guest referee. This is gonna be awful. At least I don't have the other Total Divas standing around the ringside. Oh my god. I cannot have words to describe what is gonna happen now. These two are actually having a really good match. Some nice spots here. Natalya gets whipped off into the ropes. Nikki goes for a sleep where they run in, slide under. She does a head spring over it. And then they end up, Nikki rolls her up for a pin, but then they both bridge out and turn it over into another pin. It's good technical wrestling. Oh, and really nice Mexican surfboard. And then it flips over, and they've both got a pin on each other. Eva Marie doesn't really know what to do. Nikki is making it very obvious she's now going for a pin. And Eva counts the three. Nikki and Natalya are actually having some really good matches. They make this an actual storyline and not some Total Divas Balearics, which doesn't make any sense because that's actually 3 months ago. And now Natty's getting in Eva's face because she was a fair and partial ref. Yeah, if they could turn this into a storyline, it would be good. And for fuck's sake, Eva Marie, go away. I do not care about your existence. And then Dolph Ziggler with Renee Young gets a nice little promo. Oh, stop teasing me, WWE. If you're gonna do it, please let Ziggler get pushed this time. Let him come up. Even if it's not quite at that top level, but he is a damn good in-ring competitor. Give him the props he deserves, and he will pull through for you. He is one of the few people at the moment that will get a pop when he comes out to the ring. And he is one of your few baby faces you have at the moment that is over. Boy Ziggler is in the ring, and Batista's coming out, and he's coming out to Evolution's music, which I'm quite surprised about. When doing singles, they usually come out to their own, but oh well. Just something to note, but no members of Evolution are there with him. Ziggler goes for the DDT, but Batista's just too strong. Spinebuster, and the crowd are booing Batista. Oh my god! I thought Batista was going to hit the Batista bomb, but Ziggler fires up! The crowd are wild! Oh, Ziggler hits the DDT, so happy! Oh, come on! Dolph getting the upper hand, Batista's in the corner, Ziggler leaps on him, going for his flurry of fists in the corner, but Batista blatant low blow. So Ziggler has beaten Batista due to disqualification. Another win. Ziggler's on a roll. But here comes the Batista bomb. Aww. Oh, Batista's walking away, but he gets back in the ring, throws Ziggler to the outside, throws him into the barricade, and then delivers a Batista bomb onto the barricade in between the timekeeper's area to Ziggler. Brutal beatdown, but good thing Ziggler's in there with a main eventer. He actually got the win technically, but still, this is the best position Ziggler's been in a while. Though, if I do remember correctly, Batista had one of his actually first Smackdown matches against Dolph Ziggler. And again, that was actually, Batista did let Ziggler get in some of his shine. So, Batista, I'm not as angry with him as I used to be. He does seem that he's back and is actually willing to work with people. He's still a bit egomaniacness, but still he's actually willing to work and give them some shine as well. So I don't see Batista as bad as when he first came in and we thought he was just going to take all the titles, and that obviously seemed to be the plan. But in this new role he seems a lot more comfortable and just seems to suit him a lot better. Yeah, I expect good things in the future from Batista and Dolph Ziggler! And we get Sheamus versus Titus O'Neil next. Sheamus gets a little picture-in-picture promo while he's walking down to the ring, and it's his usual gimmick he's been doing for the past 3 years with no change in himself whatsoever. As long as he goes out there, does a few good matches, he can raise the meaning of the US title, because it has just been forgotten on Ambrose. So hopefully he can just, literally just make it a title he defends like every time at the pay-per-view, someone, new competitor. Just make it with two good workers. That's what you need from this title, to have it as like an up-and-comers title. And we're getting a little example of Titus O'Neil. This will be a good chance for him to prove what he can do. He had sort of a little interesting segment with Sheamus a couple of weeks ago, where he beat him down and it didn't really result into a match that lasted more than 5 seconds, because bro kick win. But we'll see how he actually does in a proper match, now if Sheamus has actually made it to the ring this time. Okay, Titus O'Neil is allowed. Oh my god, there's the bro kick. Was just about to say, Titus O'Neil had a little promo before the match started, saying that this is our United States champion, not from the United States. He's going to give him a chance to get out of his ring. But bro kick, and in me attempting to explain that Titus O'Neil got a promo, Sheamus has bro kick and won the match already. So much for seeing what Titus O'Neil can do, and this being a title and actually having some sort of meaning or value. This was a complete and utter waste of time. Thank you, Sheamus. Hey, we see the Exotic Express. Bottle of ketchup just fell over. The Exotic Express in the back, and Byron Saxon is trying to get an interview, talks to one of the girls, and she shouts into the bus. Then Adam Rose comes out, and then it's like, what issue do you have with Swagger and Zeb Coulter? And he's like, I don't have an issue with them. They're just boring. I want them to have a little bit of fun. Speaking of fun, oi, Lemon! Then a little crazy lemon dude comes out, the guy in the inflatable fat suit, the flashing head. And he's also got a cheeseburger with him that's like, I'm delicious. It like gets to show a little bit of the Exotic Express's people. The WWE putting quite a bit of money behind this, because that bus can't be cheap. Having all these people travel around with him, and the same people as well. I thought it was just going to be whoever's in the back at the time, go out there, put on a weird costume. But he does seem to have the same entourage each time, so these people are actually travelling around with Adam Rose. So this gimmick does have money behind it. And the crowd reaction here, just as a little backstage recording segment, actually popped for it. A little bit of reaction. So we'll see how it does on Raw. And oh my god, if I see it live, I'll probably go. I'll definitely pop for it, because I liked it in NXT, and I'm an NXT mark. And we have Damien Sandow, which I really don't know what they're doing. They're trying to turn him into CM Punk, apparently. And he's like sitting on the turnbuckle going, they won't give me a microphone. And he opened an open challenge, apparently, and Santino is answering that challenge, accompanied by Emma. Thank God they are not in a mixed tag against Fandango. Oh, so happy they've moved on. We get a bit of Santino, and it's nice having Emma as his ring corner woman, man. I'm going to say ring man, but she's a woman. And a hot woman at that. I have no idea what this is. This is what Sandow keeps doing. Is it showing that he's oppressed? He's being kept a slave in WWE? I have no idea. Well, that was short-lived. Santino hits the Cobra and pins Sandow. And Sandow falls further down the ladder into obscurity, potentially to be the next Zack Ryder. Ugh. And then he gets the microphone and is like, haven't I been a good soldier? Smart guy loses, is that not what you want? The problem is some idiots kept this mic on, and he repeats this like 3 times, so I don't think they hit their cue to cut him off. Then he gets cut off, throws the mic down, and gives up. What is going on? Are you just trying to piss off CM Punk now? Is that it? You're going to give his gimmick to Damien Sandow and just have Sandow crushed by people, including Santino Marella? Oh, for God's sake. Get R-Truth in the ring, and then Paul Heyman cuts one of his fantastic promos. This is really putting over Cesaro, and the fact that Paul Heyman guy is higher than a title. It's an honour, and that is what is up. But for God's sake, the music! End the music. New music. Disappointingly short match. I think these two, well, I think Cesaro can have a good match with anyone. And he was really missed on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw dragged, especially with the bad news of Daniel Bryan. Let's get Cesaro in that ring, and that's all we need to see. Can't wait. I hope he's there on Monday Night Raw. Don't care so much for R-Truth, but give Cesaro a good match. Oh, so good, so talented, and he's the biggest future prospect I can see in the WWE at the moment. And like probably the next one that's ready to take that step up to a main event level. They show some images of Daniel Bryan before and after surgery and the surgeon working on him. And they're not giving out much information on Smackdown. They're saying that Daniel Bryan will be at Monday Night Raw in the UK, and that's when we'll be addressed with what is happening with the WWE title. Oh, the Wyatts have John Cena surrounded, and they're about to get in, and then the Usos music hits. So the Uso and John Cena are running buddies. I missed running buddies. It's been a while since we've had wrestlers that are just friends and that we'll team up with occasionally and help out. And it's John Cena versus Rowan. We've seen this match before. Can't see this being a long match, and it'll just probably break down at some point. We'll see. Rowan has been absolutely dominating Cena for this match. Maybe this is a little test to see what the guy can do. Oh, but Cena's finally coming back. Getting the STF in the middle of the ring. Is this going to be the end of it? Because Rowan has been an absolute monster, but he's sent in Luke. And Cena's cut him off, and a flying Uso takes out Luke. And the other Uso kicks him in the face. He's out the ring, so of course we're getting some double plunges. And Luke is dealt with. But that does mean Bray is still around. And Rowan is up. And, okay, is that going to be Rowan's finisher? Oh, basically Claw grabs Cena's face and just slams him into the floor. I wish he'd go down with him. I think that'd make the move look a bit more impactful. Pump handle slam, one of my least favourite moves when they turn it into a proper slam. And there's the attitude adjuster. And there is the 1, the 2, and Bray tries getting in the ring, but the Usos get in front of Bray's path. Cena is victorious. Actually quite a good showing for Luke. He actually got most of the offense off in this match. Well, let's try this again as we just learnt the limit of the battery life of my camera. It's literally 2 seconds before I wrap up a video of Smackdown. Okay, so as I was saying, Rowan's in charge. He had a really good show in this match. But again, this didn't really feel like it added anything to the feud at all. Just that after several months of this, John Cena's finally been smart enough to get some backup in the form of the Usos. Should have probably thought about that sooner. But all in all, it's okay. The best thing of the show was Ziggler versus Batista, and Ziggler getting a nice showing. Even though he got beaten up after the match, still he's in a main event. He's battling a main event person. That's a good start for him. Most of it was quite forgettable. Not the best Smackdown ever. Especially building up to a pay-per-view. Hope we get better next week. And of course we should do, because we're in the UK. And Monday I will be vlogging from the O2 Arena. Don't know what I'll be able to get with the matches and record, or if there'll be a review for Monday Night Raw. I'll have to play it by ears. So until next time, TTFN. I'm gonna press the button really slow. That's it, nice and slow. And goodbye.